Hello everybody, my name is Rojo and welcome back to Dishonored. We're in, who is it, Galvani's house, I think? Can I take these pistols? Oh, I can. Okay, well we're maxed on ammo. But, yeah. We're trying to get some disease here, although I'm not convinced that I'm gonna use it, should I actually get it. Haven't I been in here? A couple of rats. Yeah, I've been in here before. Okay. We'll close that up. I need to find a way to get upstairs. Travel to Bethesda. Excerpt from A Travel Chronicle by Anton Sokolov. The men I set out with were good sailors. No doubt half of them have cut their teeth in the rascally pirate ships spawned from the Arkane archipelago. However... I'm not sure that I pronounced archipelago right. Is that archipelago or archipelago? Archipelago? It might be archipelago. Anyway, we're fixating on that a little bit too much. Or they were, I should say. Half of them died before we sighted the broken red cliffs, welcoming those who would visit the far continent, as it is called. Sickness, infighting, poisoned by a school, or one would say flock of small fish that fly over the waves like birds, landing in the hundreds across the deck, pricking any they touched with toxic quills. 2 thrown overboard by gusting demon winds, the quiet Tivian navigator simply dead in his bunk, wrapped in his white furs, eyes wide with terror. Few have crossed the ocean and the distance to Bethesda. Is greater than most would imagine. More died climbing the cliffs. Now, with but a handful, I stand looking across the greatest expanse of land that exists. My allies are frightened, for this is beyond them. And now their captain is dead too, stung by something that resembled a prairie mole, but reacted with great apoplectic outrage when handled. So it falls on me to lead them. Very interesting, okay. This man has a key that I demand to own. Good night, sir. It might be the same key that the maid had, actually. Seems like it is. That's okay, I don't mind it. Question is, what do I do with you now that I've done this? Rat viscera. So we'll put you right there for now. Well, there's no guards up here at the moment. There's a ton of stuff. I kind of want to clear out the bottom floor because I know there's more guards down there. And then maybe I'll be able to grab some of the stuff that's eluding me behind these locked cases here. Oh, I just chopped him up. I was curious if you could do that. Alright, we've got a spiritual remedy. His buddy doesn't seem to care too much about that. I don't know if killing rats really has any real consequences or not. Alright, let's leave that be for now. Feeling a little bit better now that the guy up here has been taken care of and there seems to be no one else up here. Actually, there's a note here. Cleaning instructions. Dear Miss Benton, when cleaning my study, I ask that you constrain your efforts strictly to the floors. Please, at all costs, refrain from attempting to clean or arrange my bookshelf. In fact, it would be best to keep away from it altogether. Otherwise, I'll have to reconsider the terms of your employment. Regards, Dr. Galvani. P.S. Since I'll be out of the city for a few days, I've left next week's pay as well. The bank was closed, so I'm afraid it's short by half. You can count on me for the remainder next week, of course. Should I take that money? Probably not, but I probably will. Alright. Where are the rest of our guards? Seems like there's only 2 down there. So hopefully with a little caution we'll be able to take them out. Just in case, however... Got 6 crossbow bolts with sleep darts at the moment. There's 1, there's 2. Sneak right around here like that.
Hey, bug someone else.
Huh. Well, that was awfully curt. Keyhole looks good. Let's open this door. Close this door. Will any of those guys come in here? There's a bunch of bolts here. Can't carry any more. That's okay. There's actually 3 guys down here. That is unfortunate. How do I want to get you? Can I get you? It would appear that yes, I can. Alright. 1 guy down. That looks awfully uncomfortable. He's going to be pretty sore when he wakes up. What do we have here? The 3rd stricture, except from a work detailing one of the 7 strictures. Restrict the restless hands, which quickly become the workmates of the outsider. Unfettered by honest labor, they rush to sordid gain, vain pursuits, and deeds of violence. Of what value are the hands that steal and kill and destroy? Instead, put your hands to the plow, the fork, and the spade. For even the lowliest labor, it is rigorous, squeezes the muscles as a sponge, rinsing impurities from the mind and body. This kind of almost reminded me of, like, the Hammerer's scripture from Thief. Just a bit. Just in spirit, I think, if nothing else. A lot of crossbow bolts down here. We could kill those guys with them, but I guess we won't. Avoiding the rat plague, excerpt from a government protocol on disease practices. Much of the public still harbors false beliefs related to the plague. It is not true that the bile from river crust, I don't know what those are, will protect against contraction of the disease. Maybe some kind of shellfish or something? Nor is it true that the crushed morally orchids act as a remedy, though it is speculated that both of these ingredients are used in both Sokolov's elixir and Pierrot's remedy. Consumption of these products before exposure to the plague constitutes the only known means of resisting the disease. Further, the Abbey of the Everyman warns against superstitious practices. Not only is it ineffective to burn 2 hagfish and a cat together, inhaling the vapors while chanting the names of the plague dead, but it is also considered heresy by the overseers and will be met with the full measure of the Abbey's laws. Tell your neighbors and practice these things yourself. Avoid contact with the infected. Consume your ration of elixir daily, preferably in the morning, and report anyone suspected of carrying the plague. Everyone must work together to stop the predator dread. You know, this is like the... it's a little harsh as far as reporting anybody, but it's like the most common sense advice that I've seen. Ooh, some bullets. We can't use those, though. So I suppose we won't. Teacup. Can't really do anything with any of those. Alright, back to the task at hand. Let's see. There's one guy by the door. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fool him. Looking right at me. Maybe if I distracted one of them, I could get away with something here, but I kind of doubt it. Just waiting for these guys to turn around here. Give me an opportunity to sneak up on one of them. Don't mind me. Nobody here but us chickens.
Hey, what was that? I know I heard something.
Well, that was unexpected.
Outsider's eyes, I'm getting spooked. Damn it!
Oh, well, so much for that. Hello, friend. There you go. Enjoy your nap. Alright, I think Probably stick with that for now. We should be in the clear at this point, as far as the guards are concerned. Which helps out a great deal. Yeah, coming in this way would have been super, super difficult. There's something over here, though. Oh, no, that's, I think those are just the bolts and the bullets that I couldn't pick up. So, instead, I guess we'll have to leave those be. Oh, yeah, I can see the noises that I'm making, too, on the ground. Unfortunately, the sink does not heal me like it would in Prey. Can't carry any more elixir, so we may as well heal up, though. There we go. How about that? Don't need to eat any of this food, really. Customs and food of Morley. Born and raised in Bristol, I spent my formative years in our smaller cities before settling in magnificent Dunwall. There, in the capital city, I learned to appreciate the finer things. When the opportunity arose to document my travels to Serkanos, Tivia, and finally Morley, I left my position as a clerk for the late Lord Estermont. Perhaps, like so many in Dunwall, I suffer from being excessively cultured. Oh, well, at least he's humble. But I found Morley disappointing. Over the course of this journal, I will explain why I found the Festival of Churners to be tiresome, despite the high banners, bare feet, and red robes. Why their renowned jellied ox tongue is something I will be struggling to forget for many years to come. Well, that one doesn't need any explanation, probably. Blood sausage. I don't think we need to eat any blood sausage, because we are full HP and we might get tagged by something before we're done here. Ooh. That's a lot of rats. Can't use that. That's a lot of rats. Lab key, pantry key. Well, I want both of those. However, is there anything in there that I want enough to open that door and kill everybody in here? I think the answer is no. No, there is probably not. Feeding log. Assorted human remains, strong appetite, etc., etc. Rats basically don't like fruit. They will eat meat. No feeding, aggression, increase incident of cannibalism. Well, incident with previous maid servant. Oh, God. That's not good. Well, yeah. There's an elixir in there, and it looks like maybe some whale oil or something. I'm gonna just accept that we're not getting that. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, and this is where I came in. Alright. Well, now I think I can feel pretty good about smashing up the place. Grabbing some more stuff here. Ooh, what's this? Building key. We already have that key, but I will take the coin. And we've already gotten everything in here. Slackjaw. Enemy of the city of Dunwall. The offenses of this man are high crimes under the strictures of the High Overseer, municipal law, the city watch of Dunwall, and the edicts of our brave Lord Regent in these times of peril. Slackjaw. Larceny, assault, disobedience, etc., etc. I think I just knocked those down. Well, we'll keep an eye out for a guy named Slackjaw, I guess. I don't know how we would collect on such a bounty, but perhaps we'll know not to trust him. Anything in there? No, I guess not. Travel to... We already read that. Alright, I need to get somewhere. Here we go. Ah, of course. Can't carry anymore. Well, I suppose then I'm going to go upstairs. There's nothing else down here for me to grab. What is that? Is that anything? That is just a light, I guess. I do want these, I think. spring razors. I haven't picked any of these up yet. A spring razor trap can be attached to any surface by aiming it and pressing, etc. It will be triggered as an enemy approaches, basically killing him. Most likely, I assume. We will use those sparingly, I suppose. I should really set up my hotkeys at some point, huh? This dark vision is all the way over on number 8, and that's a hard key to reach. Alright, I'm going to come in this way. Bathtub? Drink from the bathtub? I don't think so. Not that bathtub. Hell no. I'm guessing that's where they put the bodies before they go into the meat grinder or whatever it is they do. Who the hell goes out of town for a week and then just leaves a fucking dead fish here? Seriously. I would like to know. Alright, I know it's Galvani's lab. Rat bull fetus. Yeah. Sure. I don't think I want to have anything to do with any of those, honestly. Got a little bit of bread. Grab, but I don't really need that either. Is this an exit? That is an exit. Rat behavior and extermination. Got a glass. Another health elixir and the lab key. Another lab key. Let's see. Excerpt from a series of interviews with street workers by rat catcher Lena. Used to be you go out with a bag, a stick with a nail on the end, and catch as many rats as you could in a night. City watch paid by weight. My husband Benjamin and I mostly worked alone. And we got by. If we found a place where the rats were real bad, sometimes we'd hire a crew of street brats to work with us. The younger ones who didn't make trouble. We paid them with bread and apple cider. Once the plague came, the rats were different, meaner, bigger, and a little quicker. You had to watch yourself. If you got cornered, they'd turn and swarm. They'd turn and the swarm would come back to you. I barely got away with my skin a few times down in the sewers. The bites hurt afterward, but it was the sounds they made that stayed in your dreams at night. It got more dangerous and the city watch started paying better, but that didn't last long because, after a while, too many people had been stripped clean trying to fill up a bag. One slip and they'd be all over you, gnawing and trying to chew down to the bone. That's how I lost my poor Benji. That's unfortunate.
Obviously, the plague rat is distinct from the ordinary rat, but in what respect? Its size and the coarseness of its fur, and I believe in intelligence, although the experiments there are not complete. Coriander's zoological survey describes only the ordinary rat, which means plague rats have only been here for 5 or 7 years at most. This was not a gradual migration. Could they have been introduced on purpose? Perhaps by a foreign power.
I think it's entirely possible. But what foreign power? That I do not know. I don't really know all that much about this world. Excerpt from a natural philosopher's notes. For over a year, I've studied this cursed plague, collecting and dissecting rats by the thousands. Given their rapid gestation and maturation cycle, it's been possible to breed them for numerous generations. The rodents themselves seem immune to the plague, but they pass it readily between members of their own species, perhaps through mites. The blood of the rats tells its own story, allowing me to gauge the number of generations that a given group of rats have lived with the plague. As such, a nagging question remains. The rats collected in the poorest parts of town, in the slums... the rats collected in the poorest parts of towns, in the slums, exhibit the oldest strains of the plague. While those found near the docks, where the foreign plague-bearing rats would presumably have entered the city, exhibit a younger strain of the plague. Could this mean that the rats were transported to the slums in some way that is not obvious? I will continue my research. If nothing else, I'm living proof that Sokolov's elixir and Piro's remedy are very effective against at protecting against the plague if one consumes enough of the stuff. I think you may have drawn a slightly false conclusion there, just a hunch, but we shall see. Lab equipment. Not really, As much to grab here as I'd hoped. Where's this? I'll take that, I guess. I feel bad that I have to bust up the furniture to get at the loot. Leviathan's Sorrow. Except from a report on a treaties banned by the Red Shore Trade Council. Little is known of Picardi, credited with this series of pamphlets arguing against the whaling trade. While he is gifted, his views are nonsense and threaten the economic underpinnings of the empire. Let's see. Enslavement, the breeding and husbanding of whales versus hunting the beasts in the wild after a natural and free life cycle. Picardi offers no solutions for where these massive benevolent creatures might be pastured. 2. Dissolution. Laments on the destruction of social bonds between herd members. Picardi actually uses the term families. Harmony. Drivel on the aesthetic wonder of what is in reality the great and terrible ocean that ever threatens to swallow us. Includes arguments on the gentle nature of the brutes, a notion refuted by seamen who return to the shore, wide-eyed with tales of the whale's savagery. And disruption. Here Picardi on his weakest footing, issuing up feverish warnings against the displacement and transference of natural beasts from their native environments. Interesting. So a lot of news clippings here. Some of them are upside down, and I don't know why. Is that seriously all that's in here? I guess it is. Huh. I guess it's just a little bathroom for my dude. Well, he's in his study. Oh, that looks interesting. A fake book. We'd read this warning to stay away from the bookcase, so I guess we shouldn't be too surprised here. Rat Viscera. Sewer capacity in the month of Nets. And a cabinet. A spiritual remedy that we can't carry. Amazing. Don't mind the money. Alright, excerpted interview attached to a formal report by CityWorks Crew 17A. I've been asked to tell the problem, so here it is. It's been every year that we work like men gone mad during the month of Nets. I don't hardly see my family. It's bad enough that the work is clogged with trash, from the catch pieces of crates and nets, but the water smells of hagfish guts too. We got to get it done before the month of rain, or you know what. I don't know what. Flooding, I guess? And it ain't like we get help from these pricks in civil engineering either. Been at this job for nigh on 28 years, and I never seen one of them come below, except to measure will it hold when they go putting up one of their fancy new bridges. So these last 3 years been the worst, and here's why. It's the river crusts. Moved into the works. We hear a man yell and scream like he's burning up. We all climb up fast. No other choice. I don't think I would want to encounter any river crusts. Oh. Rat viscera. Gross. Contaminate their stuff with the other stuff. We shall see about that. Ooh, whale oil. Nice. Galvani academic notice. Galvani, the latest case should arrive within a week, containing all the components you need. Be careful with the white phosphorus. Can't have you getting phossy jaw like the tenors at the edge of the city, poor bastards. Sorry you have to practice in secret. The vivisectionist should be celebrated. Revered, even. Cutting up rats should be done in the town square with a crowd of eager students taking notes, not in some dirty little secret room hiding behind a wall of books. Well, there's your other clue, I guess. Anyway, lucky for you to have an old friend who never left the academy. Let me know what else you need, but remember, it might be a month before I can put together another shipment. Yours in knowledge, Artemis Moore, procurement clerk and provisioner, Academy of Natural Philosophy, South Wing. P.S. Next time you're nearby, come in for an afternoon. We've stayed fairly insulated from the plague since so few come and go here. We've got quite the stock of tea and brandy. Well, that might be good to know for another time. So I don't think we're going to the academy. Alright. I think it's time to get the hell out of this place. Although maybe, might be fun to leave through the top level here. I may have made a terrible mistake. It might not actually be all that fun. Looks like we actually could have just come up here. Yeah, just jump up there and jump up there. Although I don't think I had the key for that door, perhaps. That could have been a potentially pretty serious issue. Aha, now this, on the other hand, is interesting. So I can come over here and take some of these feathers, I guess. But also, yeah, it's not that useful. There's like 4 guys over there. And 1 guy down there. But nobody in there. Alright. I think it's time to clean up the trash here and grab... Probably grab that, what was it? Bone charm? Yeah. More bone charm seems like a good thing right now.